Hi, guys. I wanted to take a minute to share some news with everybody. And to before I jump right into it, I wanted to kind of tell a little story on why um, this became a part of my life. So, you all know that wellness is a huge part of my life, and I'm on a never ending quest to get healthier and healthier. And the first thing, really, one of the first things that I did early on to try and improve my health was eliminate toxins from my life. It was 2010. I was finishing up my master's degree, and my capstone project had a lot of interesting lessons surrounding like growing your own food and starting school gardens and the benefits of eating organic versus factory farmed food. We also talked a lot about eliminating toxins from our life as well. And she shared a website with us where we could kind of Google or input, the different skincare things that we were using and see how toxic those products were. At the time, I was using a really well-known supplier's products, and I thought they were great. But then when I saw the toxicity score on that website, I was a little bit shocked. And right around this time, I was also thinking about becoming pregnant. And after reading all this research that my professor gave me, and how there's toxins in our water, in our air, in our soil, in our food, and in a lot of our beauty and home care products, I was kind of shocked and appalled that so many different toxic things are allowed in American products. And I then in there decided that, well, if I'm going to get pregnant, I probably should eliminate as many toxins from my life as possible. So at that point, I went and tried to find the greenest skincare that I could. I looked at the grocery store and saw what options were there. And unfortunately, there aren't a lot of great options in the grocery stores. There's a lot of greenwashing where it looks like it's going to be an all natural green product, but then you read the label and it's not that green. But I basically did as much toxin elimination as possible. So I switched out my shampoo, my whole skincare line, my lotions. And at that point, Brian and I switched to eating mostly, as much as we could, organic foods, just to try and improve my health to the point where, I felt like I could get pregnant. And now, of course, this has been a long time since 2010. I've been doing this for 15 years. And I'm kind of always searching for the next great brand. And luckily, one of my coworkers at Columbus School for Girls, where I taught, she introduced me to Pure Haven. And she, of course, explained all the benefits of the products. And she didn't have to explain a whole lot because I was like, hey, toxin free sounds great for me. So I tried it and I fell in love with the products, and I've been using the products since like 2017. And I started off with their skincare, and that's honestly what I wanted to substitute the most at that point. Now I'm starting to branch out and explore some of their other products, but I've tried a lot, not all, but a lot of their skincare products. And if you know me, you know that I struggled, and sometimes still occasionally, if I'm hormonally a mess, struggle with adult acne. And I have very sensitive skin. Like, I'm allergic to adhesive and metal, and I'm just a very sensitive individual. And of course, I am eliminating toxins for my health purposes. I have a lot of autoimmune diseases and need to cut back as many toxins as I can because I have a liver issue, and your liver, of course, is what cleanses your blood from all of these toxins. And I want my liver to have as much help as I can give it. So I've been using the products forever. And then McKenna, my daughter, she, oh my gosh, she also has my sensitive skin. And she and Gavin both have been, breaking out. They're 12 and 14 right now. So they're in the thick of those hormonal years. But what happened to McKenna, she went to a sleepover at a friend's house and she didn't take her own pillow. So she was sleeping on someone else's pillow that had been washed in a really kind of strong toxic detergent. Her whole face broke out in a red rash. And then she also at that point was trying out a different acne cream. We've tried them all. All of them irritated her face to the point where it was dry and red and just not really helping with the acne as well. So she was miserable. Her face was in a ton of pain. And of course, she was worried about how she looked. So I was like, hey, you need to try my stuff. You need to try Pure Haven. Like a lot of 12-year-old girls, they're obsessed with beauty care right now. And she, of course, had been buying lots of different various brands from, whoever she's following on YouTube. And a lot of the brands she was coming in with were toxic. And we had conversations. I'm like, hey, there's some things in these products that aren't the best. You can use whatever you want. You can make those choices. When I was your age, I was all up in the Bath and Body Works too. But eventually you might want to try something a little more natural and simplify your skincare routine. Because I don't know if you have teenage girls or not, but they are doing skincare routines that, are meant for 50-year-olds right now. So it's been a lot of education for McKenna. But anyways, she switched to Pure Haven and she stopped using all of her other beauty products. And there was, a phase where when you switch skincare lines, you might break out a little bit more. And she had this allergic reaction. So it wasn't like this happened overnight. But she's been using it for about a month and her skin rash cleared up extremely fast. And her acne is now almost completely gone. She last week was like, my skin looks so good. I am so happy. And as someone who has struggled with acne since they were 9, and when I was her age, it was bad. It was all over my face, my chest, my back. I had been seeing dermatologists. They put me on antibiotics. They put me on all the terrible skin creams, birth control, all the things. So the joy of being able to give her the gift of clear skin, which I so desperately would have loved to have when I was 12, is just an amazing gift. So now that McKenna is using the products as well, I talked to my consultant and I was like, hey, tell me about being a consultant. I think I might be spending enough where I can be a consultant now because I want to get those free discounts that consultants get. And lo and behold, I am now spending enough money on the products where I can be an active consultant and get all the perks and benefits that a consultant has. So I signed up this week, really just to get the discount for me and my family. It's not like LuLaRoe, if you were a part of my past life as a LuLaRoe consultant, where you have to buy a whole bunch of product and really reach out to your network and get everybody to buy. I want to just tell you, there's no pressure whatsoever for you to purchase anything with me. But I do care and love about all my friends and family. And of course, I want you guys to be as healthy as possible as well. And I have a sneaky suspicion that there's some friends and family out there that are maybe wanting to reduce their exposure to toxins. And this might be a great way for you to do that. Not everybody can, make all of their homemade skincare and cleaning products. And this has been a great solution for me. I am 41 and I have to say my skin looks better now than it did 8 to 9 years ago before I started using Pure Haven. I get stopped all the time with like, you look so young. What are you doing with your face? And I, of course, have told them, well, I use Pure Haven, I use zero toxins. And I do avoid wearing makeup. I do have a little bit of makeup on right now, but I, for the most part, don't wear a ton of makeup. And if I do, it might just be like a tinted moisturizer like I have on right now. Um, and I'll give you an up close view. I think I look pretty good for 41. Not too many wrinkles. Nice smile. And no really deep set wrinkles. And well, I can't say the same for everybody my age. I just went to, I'm hanging out with people my age all the time, and everybody ages differently. But I really have a sneaking suspicion that one of the reasons why I am aging, what I think is pretty good, is because of my reduced exposure to toxins. So many of our skincare products and makeups are just filled with them. To give you some statistics, because the science teacher in me always wants to know more. Europe is kind of far ahead of the United States in terms of limiting exposure to toxic materials. In Europe, there are over 1,328 toxic ingredients that are banned or restricted in Europe. But here in the United States, there are only 11. So huge discrepancy there. You might be like, well, why is that the case? Well, without getting into it too much, our government basically allows it. So of course the companies are going to take the shortcut and use, products that extend the shelf life. And, unfortunately there's some toxic things that do that. And so Pure Haven is the only full line of products. Sorry, my dogs are barking. The only full line of products that are 100% toxin free. And they have worked really hard to formulate everything so that there aren't any toxins or negative fragrances or preservatives. And they even have, like, all of Pure Haven's suppliers have to sign an affidavit attesting to the source and purity of their ingredients. Pure Haven formulates all of its own products. And our preservation technology, we don't have to use those toxic preservatives. We use natural ones. Now, as a result of that, when you open up a Pure Haven product, I'm going to crack into one of my favorites. Their moisturizer, the Refresh moisturizer with pre and probiotics, you will find an expiration date on all of them. And this one's kind of hard to see, but this one expires next September. Now, this just came in the mail yesterday, so you've got more than enough time to use your product before the expiration date. But because these are made of plant ingredients without those toxic preservatives like formaldehyde, the products will go bad. And that's the way nature intended, right? We're not supposed to have organic things that last crazy amounts of time. They're supposed to decompose and break down. So that's one of the things that really sets us apart. They also have a really strict water purification process, because if you know anything about the United States and our water cleansing system, there's a lot of toxic materials actually allowed to be in our drinking water. You can Google the percentages for where you live. That was one of the things we had to do in my master's class. And I was shocked at what's allowed in our water. So I don't drink our tap water. I drink spring water mostly. But Pure Haven really does a lot of water purification before the water enters our products. And they also we have our own USDA organic facility in Rhode Island. And that is where most of our products are made. Our sunscreen legally has to be made in a different facility, but everything else we make in-house, which also sets us apart. There's a lot of brands that they might formulate the products, but then somebody else makes it. And then you're letting somebody else handle the product where, there could be some issues. So Pure Haven likes to handle it all in-house as much as possible. And then of course they're really into sustainable everything, sustainable energy, sustainable packaging. We use the glass as much as possible. Obviously things that go in the shower, we can't use glass, but like you'll notice this lotion bottle is made of glass and the eye cream is made of glass. So things that are recyclable and things where the packaging is safe for the product, because of course, we don't want plastics leaching into our products as well. So we use the highest grade containers as well. And as an added bonus, we do not test on animals. And well, it's all natural ingredients. So even if we did, it would be okay. So that is kind of why I decided to become a Pure Haven consultant, just because I absolutely love the products and need to reduce my toxin exposure to help me maintain as good a health as I can with, my autoimmune diseases and whatnot. And when we say pure, we do mean very pure. 95% of our products are certified organic. And we have no parabens, no fragrance, no dyes, no silicone, no sulfates, no formaldehyde, and no compromises. So you can trust that everything you get from our brand is 100% safe for you and your family. And with, everyone knows that cancer rates are rising, autoimmune rates are rising, autism is rising, and there's a lot of questions, and we don't know why some of these things are on the rise. But one factor that could be playing into all of this is the fact that we live in a much more toxin-filled world now than, even just 20 years ago. And let me give you some other little facts here. You do get a 60-day money-back guarantee. So that means if you are not 100% happy with your product, you can send back whatever you have left, and you can get a full refund minus the shipping costs. So if you're not happy, you don't have to worry about it. I tried a different, skincare brand way back when, I went to one of those parties and tried it out, and I used it for like a month, thinking I had to get through the hump of like where my skin might break out and then get better, but it never got better. And then there wasn't this awesome 60-day money back guarantee. So that's one thing, we really stand behind our products. And I have a link that you can use so that you can shop with me as your consultant. As your consultant, I'm here to answer your questions, make recommendations, and help you place an order if you need to. And new customers do get automatically 15% off with the code PURE15. And you get free shipping if you make an order over $150. However, a lot of people, myself included, when I was just a customer, there's a subscription option where if you subscribe, and you can make your subscription come every 30, 60, or 90 days, you get an additional percentage off, and that's somewhere in the 10 to 15% off range. And then you get free shipping at $125 instead of the $150. So I always was a subscription customer. And if it was a month where I'm like, I don't need my order, all I would have to do is go online or tell my consultant, hey, bump my order. I don't want it this week. You don't get penalized or anything. It just bumps out for you. And then you still get your great discount and the free shipping on $125. And, you can use your calendar to like set a reminder, like check and see if I need my subscription this month, or you can go in and you can take things off or add other things on. So the subscription is a great way to go just because you get that added discount. And we have some other benefits for our customers. If you refer anybody, and you give them like my shopping page, And you also will have like a link where you can share on the Pure Haven website. I can show you how to do that if you need help. You get 15% of whatever that person buys in free product credits. So I, of course, have spread the word to other friends and family and gotten some benefits with that. You do have to use your free product credits within 60 days, which I'm usually ordering every other month, so it's no big deal. So that's another great way to save money. And then, of course, like the ultimate way to save money is being a consultant, but you don't have to be a consultant with me unless you are totally like, yes, I love the products and I want to save even more money. I would say most of the people that become Pure Haven consultants are in it just to get the good discount for themselves first. And then eventually, the business just kind of grows from there. If you're looking at the website, and there's so many great products, we have skincare, body care, hair care, makeup, baby products, house cleaning products, pet products, and essential oils. If you're shopping around and you're not sure like where to begin, for me, it was the skincare is where I've begun. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I have a 6-piece skincare kit in front of me right now. And I would recommend, if you're interested, to start with the 4 or 6-piece skincare kit, because it kind of gets you into what Pure Haven is all about, without it being too overwhelming. And unboxing it all right now. And let me see. And I've tried a lot of the different skin and body care products. So if you have questions about anything else, please just ask. I haven't dived into a ton of the home care products, but I have some of that on the way, because I am looking to replace, some of the brands I currently have are like green, but then you read the ingredients label and they're not really green. Fragrance is like that catch-all where if you see the word fragrance in the ingredients label, just know that there's going to be some bad stuff in there, almost always. All right, so the 6-piece kind of skincare kit. The cleanser is great. You use 1 to 2 pumps. And of course, you can wash your face once or twice a day. I honestly, if I don't put on makeup, I only wash my face once a day. And that's, some people say that's a no-no, but it works for me. And yeah, I'm kind of minimal when it comes to beauty and everything. This is so lovely. Some of the prominent ingredients are rose flower, pomegranate, and cucumber. But when you read the ingredients label, what I love is that what everything is. Even if they give, they'll give you the scientific name, like aloe barbensis, but then they also tell you that's just organic aloe vera. So you can understand everything that's in the product. There's literally nothing in this ingredients label that I'm like, what is that? So that's where you start your skincare routine. And then you typically go from, after you cleanse and you're out of the shower, you typically go from the lightest thing to the heaviest thing. So the next thing you use is the toner. And what I love about this skincare line is the whole line is infused with pre and probiotics. We have a whole microbiome on our face, and when it's out of balance, you might have acne and issues. But when you have plentiful good bacteria, there's no space for the good bacteria to grow. Now, my dermatologist was not sold on like the fact that pre or probiotics does anything, but my acne clearing up for me was proof enough that it was doing something. So I just do 2 spritz of this directly on my face, and then I quickly rub it in with my fingers. I waste less product that way. You could like put it on a cotton ball and then wipe around, but why bother? Just save yourself more product and put it just right on. And from there, the hyaluronic acid is another great product. It helps plump your skin up and hydrate your skin, and it, reduces the appearance of fine lines. So I'll use this, especially, like places where I have kind of more mature skin, like my neck right here, and all over my face. And I'll even sometimes put it on like my arms, wherever I feel like I have some of that crepey skin. So of course, hyaluronic acid, so good for anybody with more mature skin. My daughter, she doesn't use this because, she does not need this yet. And then after that, I put on my eye cream. This one, I absolutely love. It smells divine. You need a super teeny, tiny amount. I'll show you. Oh, and with the hyaluronic acid, it's pretty much one pump for the whole face. And this is what the cream looks like. And it's like not even a pea-sized amount for me. I put on about that much. And then I spread it under my eyes. I also like to use it up here where, I don't have really too bad of wrinkles, but a little bit there and a little bit there. And then I'll also use the eye cream down there. Basically anywhere that I've got some wrinkles, I put this on. And then I place my lotion on. This is the product I probably use out the fastest because I put the lotion on my face, my neck, my chest, and my back because, in the past that's been a problem area for me. So I absolutely love it. Most of the time, one pump is good for the whole face, unless it's winter and my skin's a little bit drier and I might need a little bit more. But this one is absolutely divine. And then we also have a night serum in the 6-piece kit. And at night, you can do your whole routine, or you can skip it and just go straight to this. Sometimes I do that. But the night serum is really great. It's thicker. It's a little more oily, but it really does some magic overnight, and it's helps reduce, age spots and really hydrates the skin, helps your skin produce more collagen, and typically like 1 to 3 pumps of this is enough. Oh, and I should mention the eye cream does help with puffiness and the appearance of dark circles. I have always had these creases and dark under eyes. It's just like since I was a kid, that's what I have. But it is not near as noticeable as it was like 8 years ago before I started using the products. So something to think about there. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. There is a Black Friday sale still going on until December 8th. So you can even get more, like some of the products are already discounted. And I'm pretty sure you can stack like your new customer discount with those things. So it's a perfect time to try the brand because it's never this cheap. So dear friends, dear family, if you would like to explore reducing toxins through your skincare or your home care or any of the products that Pure Haven offers, I would love for you to shop with me. And if you have any questions about any of the products or how to make an order or anything like that, please feel free to reach out and I will walk you through anything. Or if you want to try the products first and you're local to Columbus or, family, if I'm going to see you at Christmas, if you want to try any of the products first, you can let me know as well. But remember, we do have that 60-day money back guarantee. So if you get everything and you hate it, you can get a complete refund minus the shipping. Just make sure if you want to place an order with me, the link I'll be dropping when this video comes out to you. Just make sure you see my name, Katie Cataldi or Kathleen C, so that I get some credit for your purchase. And I do, as a consultant, get a little cut of every purchase made. And yeah, thanks for listening. I know this was a little bit long, but I love you guys, and I hope some of you want to try reducing toxins in your life. Thanks. Bye.